Hello and happy Wednesday. This is Carrie from Stamp with CT, and if you are watching this part of the video, you will be joining us for the replay, and I appreciate that so much. I'm going to wait just a second and see if anybody is able to join me. I had originally planned this video for this morning, and we had a storm come through last night, so I don't know if that is why our internet was just not working, but it was not letting me on Facebook either at all, or it just would not let me start a live video. So I thought, okay, we'll regroup and we will try it in the afternoon and see how it goes. So if you are able to join, if you'll just let me know you're here and maybe where you're from, I'd love to know. And I thank you for joining me. We're going to be making just a really quick and easy project today. I actually made these cards, these little medical mask cards. And I guess I made maybe 15 or 20 of them and sent them out to essential personnel that are still working here in our area. And they were a big hit. And then I put a picture on my Facebook page, and I had a couple requests for how to make these cards. And they're really pretty simple. So I was more than happy to jump on and do just a short video and show you how to do it. So we're going to jump right on in. We are going to start with just a thick Whisper White card base, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, and then scored at 4 1/4. And then next up, we have a piece of the See a Silhouette Designer Series paper. So this kind of swirly pattern. And we're going to use that as kind of a background. And I do have a little sampling of what that paper looks like. It's really pretty, vibrant colors. And this is in our annual catalog, and it will be retiring in just a little over a month. So I believe that paper is on discount right now if you wanted to grab some and make your own cards or other projects. So we are going to go ahead and glue down this piece, and it is cut at 4 inches by 4 inches. And we'll just line it up there. Whoops, went a little bit too far. Let me try that again if I can. Got it up a little bit high. So I hope y'all are having a great day. It's a very pretty day here today in Texas. After a rough storm last night, there was little pieces of hail you could hear hitting up against the house. Okay, next step, we need the little face. And I used crushed curry, but you could really use whatever yellow you have. I think Daffodil Delight would work fine. And I also used the largest circle from our Layering Circles dies. And it's a really big set of the scallops and then just the regular circles. Now, if you don't have this set, you could certainly use the largest punch that you have, or if you have some other dies with a circle in it, that would work just fine. Or you could even trace around a glass if you wanted to. Get creative, right? And then the next thing that we need is the little strip that's going to serve as the mask tie. And so what I did for that, show you that die. This actually is the strap for the little purse or backpack, and it's got the stitching on it. And this is from the All Dressed Up dies, and it has a little purse you can cut out. So that's where I got this. Now again, do you have to have this die? No, you could just cut a thin strip. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the tie. And just to let you know, I do have my phone up above me to record the video, so I can't really see comments. So if you have a question or a comment, if you'll just go ahead and leave it for me, I will check that later and I'll answer any questions that you may have. I may have gone up a little bit too high, but it's okay. Then I just went in and trimmed off the little pieces. Thought that was the easiest way to trim that off. And you can really, if you use this die, you end up getting 2 pieces that are big enough to do the little tie for the mask. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere this down. I'm using my Tombow liquid glue. So you can see it's already really coming together. Okay, and then for the actual mask, I used the Stitch nested dies. And I used one of the smaller ones. Let me find it for you. So if you look at the medical mask emoji, it's actually just a rectangle for the mask, and so you could certainly just cut a rectangle of the white cardstock. You could angle the edges if you wanted to, but you don't have to. So again, you don't have to have all of the supplies that I have, and you can still make a really cute card. And I want to mention that this is not my original design. I saw from a fellow demonstrator. Her name is Ashley Pfeiffer, and she posted a card that inspired this one. Because again, I didn't have everything that she had that she used, so I just made it work. Okay, now for the eyes, I used, let me see what size punch this is. I think just a 1-inch circle punch. And I actually went in and punched 2 circles from the black cardstock. And then I just used my snips to cut across. So you actually can get like 3 or 4 sets of the little squinty eyes from the 2 circles. So we'll figure out where we want to place those. They are little bitty though. And so all the eyes are just a little bit different because, you know, you're kind of hand cutting those. Just a little bit of glue. Makes it look like they're smiling under their face mask. Okay, so all we have left is to add that COVID-19 virus to our background here. And what I did was cut these from silver foil sheets. And I'm struggling to find my other little virus. This card may only have 2 pieces, and that's okay. I'm not sure where it went on my table. We'll go ahead and put these down. Again, just a little bit of glue. And I'll show you in just a second which dies I used to cut those out. And it's amazing, this one, the smaller one, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, it has little indentations where the die actually embosses as well. And so it really does look like the virus. So this was actually the Poppy Moments dies. And you could look through any punch or dies that you have and see if there's some little odd shape that you can use to cut out for your viruses. So that's how easy it is, y'all. Just very quick. I can tell you these were really well received by the people that I sent them to. They really liked them, and I think it brightened their day. And it's just such an easy way to do that. Now, I wanted to share while we were here live that I plan to do this every Wednesday at about 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time, just to bring you a very quick and pretty straightforward project. Just some time to craft and connect. I thought that would be fun. And then I also wanted to tell you about our COVID-19 give back. This was just announced yesterday, and it is actually a digital download stamp set that Stampin' Up is providing 100% of the proceeds to a couple of charities that you can choose which one you would like the proceeds to go to. But by being able to download this and print it at home, I think that's just an awesome idea on such a short time frame that Stampin' Up was working with to try to really figure out something that would make a difference. But the first couple pages, there's actually 17 pages in this download, and it is called Share Sunshine. And the first page does tell you kind of about the use of the digital stamp set, and then the colors that coordinate with our Stampin' Up products and the products that do, because you're going to be able to use dies to cut out these images and sentiments. And just for an example, this very first one, you could use that circle die that we use to cut out the face to cut out this wash your hands sentiment. So there's actually 15 pages with sentiments and images that you're able to print and then either cut with your trimmer, die cut, or punch, so that you can use them on scrapbooking layouts or cards. I really like this one. Let me bring it a little bit closer. But Things I Miss. Don't you love that? Touching my face and you. That makes me think of my daughter. So I hope that this is showing up pretty well. But you can see that this is just packed full of really fun stuff. There's toilet paper. There's something for those that provide service to us. Thanks for your care. Thanks for your service. Hugs. This was released yesterday, and I got it right away and printed it out so I could share it with you. And I think what we're going to do is actually use this in the card that we create next week. So that will give me a little bit of time to get something designed. So isn't that great? If you have any questions, let me know. I will put a link to this digital stamp set, Sharing Smiles, Share Smiles. I'll put a link to it in the description of the video. And thanks again for joining me. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you again soon.